Hi everyone, welcome to Justin's Reads, and on today's episode we are talking about a book by Robin Sharma, and it's titled The Saint, the Sefer, and the CEO. And this is just like a collection of some advice or wisdom that has been put together for anyone to apply in their different circumstances of life. We might have different scripts of life, but at the end of the day, we can learn one or two things from another person's experiences. Doesn't mean that our lives are the same, no, but we can learn from one another. We can learn from another person's experiences and better our lives. So the book is based on a fictitious character named Jack. So what happened to Jack is that Jack was involved in a car accident and he landed in hospital. He was actually in a coma. Upon waking up from the coma a week later, he found himself in an empty hospital, hospital room. And that was in the morning. So hours later in the evening, an old man was wheeled into his ward, and this man was on his brink of death, and they began to speak about life, and they talked about at length about different things about life, and the old man said to Jake that at the end of the life, like himself, he was on a deathbed. There are three questions that really you should strive to answer for yourself when you are on your deathbed. And these questions are: did I live well? Did I love well? And did I serve well? And this man say to Jake, it's important that you start and looking for solutions or answers to those questions now before you are on your deathbed, because you might never know when that time is going to come. So the time that you have is now. You better utilize this time now to be able to answer those questions when the time demands for it. So what actually happens is this man was supposed to continue teaching him the following day, but then he died. In the morning when they woke up, the man had died. But the man had actually left a parcel for Jack, and in that it was a box. The nurses brought that box to Jack the following morning when the man passed on, and in that box there was a letter. It was addressed to him, and he discovered that that old man was actually the father that he had not seen in a very long time, because their parents had separated. And he wrote at length telling him that, you know what, my son, I've gone, and I'm going with a heavy heart. I know I cannot teach you everything, but in this package there are 3 tickets where you're supposed to travel to Rome, to Hawaii, and to New York to meet these 3 teachers that are going to teach you and assist you in answering those 3 questions that you will need at the end of your life. So he went to Rome to meet the saint, he went to Hawaii to meet the Sefer, and he went to New York to meet the CEO. And for me, he calls this all these things that he wrote in that book, the lessons that he was learning from all those 3 people, the gateway to a beautiful life. So anyone can apply those things to their own personal life and be able to see changes in their own lives. So for me, number one, what I learned is that, according to what he said that the main work that every human being has to do is inner work. He said each day do something significant to deepen yourself, to have more of life that you truly want. You must first become more of who you truly are. So he said life is nothing more than a journey to your true self. Life is nothing more than a journey home, to your original self, to your pure self. He said, think about it. When you were young, you were pure. Your imaginations were wild. Everything about you, it was just pure. You could do anything. You have so much faith. Your imagination, your innovation, it was just wild. But as you grow up, you tend to meet people that can dilute that person or that attitude that you had and become something else. But you have to be true to yourself in order to be happy. In order for you to experience self-actualization, you have to take a journey back to yourself. Look inside yourself and discover that person, that you that is innovative, that you that is wow, that is you that sees possibilities everywhere, And he said, be true to yourself. He said the best life is the authentic life. He said never betray yourself by trying to become something that you're not. Never betray yourself by trying to become someone that you're not. You are betraying yourself, and you are robbing the world of who you truly are. If you're trying to become someone else, you are robbing the world of the richness of your true self. If you are striving to become someone else, be genuine, just be legit, be authentic, be yourself. There's no need of trying to become someone else. No. And it's actually very hard to put up or try to put a picture, a face, or putting a social mask of someone that you really are not, so that you please other people, you please the society, you please your family, you please your friend. There's no honor in that. You're actually robbing them, you're robbing yourself, you're robbing the world of the richness of your true self. And he said, see your life as a fantastic growth school. This way, he was just trying to explain the fact that each and everything that you experience in life is there to teach you a lesson. Every person that is in your life is there to teach you a lesson, or a lesson of that you need at that particular stage of life. And I'm just going to combine it with another point that he said: you attract what you project. He said life is nothing more than a mirror of what is on the inside. So you keep on attracting the things that are on the inside of you, So every person is trying to teach you something. If you're continually meeting the people that are provoking you unto anger, causing you to burst out in anger or in anything, it's because there is anger resident inside of you. You are just projecting it until you come back and sit down and look inside yourself and say, could be that I actually have anger issues on the inside of me that I need to address. You keep on experiencing it, will keep on being a cycle. You keep on meeting the same people again and again until you have learned that lesson and actually solved that anger issue that could be inside of you. So whatever you're experiencing, it's just a projection of yourself, of the things that are inside of you already. If you're meeting the people that are always abusing you, making you question whether you're worth, it could be because you're looking for approval from people. The day that you sit down within yourself and say, I'm worth, trying to and address the fact that I am enough by myself, I'm worth, I am, I matter. You keep on meeting people that will make you question your worth, question whether you're beautiful or not, you're handsome or not, you are able or not, until you address that thing from within yourself. So love is nothing more than a mirror of the things that are inside of you. And one of the lessons as well that I learned is just you need to build human connections, and we've learned that before, that success is nothing more than meeting other people's needs. Your success if you want to be successful, you go out and find a need, and human need, and meet it. So that's how you build connections. You find a human need and meet it. That way, in making other people's dream come true, that's way your own dreams will also become true. And he said, live a legacy. You should live a life that is beyond yourself. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So beyond himself, when this man has gone, his world, his legacy continues. they will talk about him. There has to be something that they will remember you for. Don't just go through life, because there's just so many riches that have been deposited inside of you that you can actually enrich the world with. And finally, he said, live in your heart. Its wisdom never fails. Follow the quiet promptings of your heart, and you will be led in the direction of your destiny. And I like this, because I was also learned from this other man that when you hear this man of God says that I heard from God, God told me this, God told me that, and God said this, God said that, half of the time is nothing more than the voice on the inside, that inner quiet voice that they listen to, because that voice never lies, that voice is always true, and that's how the universe, God, communicates with us. With that inner voice, there is wisdom inside of us that you should connect to, that you should strive to connect to. That's why it's important to have quiet times where you sit down and connect with your inner self. You just sit there, like you're trying to go deep within to find all those treasures that are resident on the inside. That's how God is speaking to you. That's how the universe communicates with you. And I like the fact that he said the universe is a giant radar, and is working, is more than willing for you to achieve your dreams. It already has everything put together to ensure that all the things that you desire come to pass. It's more than willing to help you achieve those things that you need. But you have to learn the lessons of life. You have to take each and every situation that you are facing as a necessary lesson. Don't cry about the situation that you're going through, because it's a lesson that you need for the next phase of your life. You're not going to become a better person if you keep on crying, if you keep on complaining about the situation where you are right now. The only way you're going to get to the next level is when you have won at the level where you are. It's just like in school. You're not going to get to grade 2 if you fail grade 1. That's just how life is. So if there are things that keep on recurring in your life, it's time now to look on the inside. Sit down with yourself and look on the inside and see from another distance, what lessons can you take from that situation? What is it that I could be projecting outside that I need to deal with from the inside, that are necessary for me to go to the next level? Otherwise, those things will keep on recurring. Like, for example, if you have anger issues, right? Then people keep on, you keep on meeting situations or people that provoke you into anger. Every time you meet people, be it at work, be it in the mall, you meet people that will cause you to exhibit that anger that is resident. Those are the issues that are on the inside. So until you deal with those issues, you tell yourself that I actually have anger issues. It's not about the next person that are provoking me. There are things that are on the inside that I need to deal with. Until you deal with those things, you're not going to be able. It will keep on recurring. Everywhere you go, you're going to meet people that are going to provoke you into anger. It's just the way it is. So the day that you deal with those issues, you will find out those situations will begin to wear out. You move to the next lesson, you move to the next level. Those situations many of them will disappear. You won't need to react to anything. They'll disappear, because you would have passed the lessons. You have moved to the next level. You have moved to the next part where you also need to learn other things for you to move to the next place. So it's about self-discovery. Like he said, life is nothing more than a journey back to yourself, back to your real self, to your authentic self, to your inner self that is pure and full of wisdom, that is able to take you from one level to the other. Thank you so much. That was the Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO. See you next time. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I love you all. Bye.